Hi everyone, my name's Chloe, and in this video I will share my experience of what it's like to ride on Iryo's first class or Infinita carriage. So just to give a little bit of context on why I chose Iryo, I was initially tasked with finding a way to get from Sevilla to Madrid when I went to Spain last year. And I initially looked into Renfe, another train operator in Spain, the national one, but their website was just so hard to use, and the desired time I had for my train just kept disappearing. So after a Google search, I found Iryo and decided to book with them. I also learned that Iryo's parent company is Trenitalia and Air Nostrum, which is why the interior of Iryo's train looks very similar to that of Trenitalia. And that's because the actual train itself is a Frecciarossa. Iryo's booking experience was a breeze, and that's because their website is pretty user-friendly. So to book my ticket, I headed to Iryo's website, and I added my departure and arrival station as well as my dates. In this case, I selected Sevilla Santa Justa and Madrid Puerta de Atocha. From there, I chose my desired train times and selected from a series of ticket types, which included Infinita Bistró, and then there was also Inicial and Singular Only You. With Infinita Bistró, this included changes, refunds, 3 pieces of luggage, extra space, as well as food service. So depending on what you'd like to see from your ticket, there are different options. Since I was traveling one way and I also needed some extra storage for my luggage, I went ahead with the Infinita ticket. And at the same time, I was also hungry for a first class experience on a completely brand new train. At Sevilla Santa Justa, I arrived about an hour early and I kept watching the departure board, but I did not see the platform until about 15 minutes before the actual departure time. So once I found out my platform, I went down an escalator to the boarding area, which is where they scan my ticket, and then I also went through a security screening. I had to bring my bags onto the security check, and then pretty much that was it, and I was ready to go and to find my carriage. And because this was the Infinita or first class ticket, the carriage was number 1, which is towards the end of the railway track. Upon entering the carriage, I was greeted by 2 attendants, one who helped me store my luggage and another who helped me find my seat. And overall, the carriage is fairly large. There's a lot of space, again, to store your luggage. There's lots of room between each of the seats. There's also lots of legroom. The space also has expandable tables, there's charging outlets, there's a footrest, and there's also a shared bathroom between the Infinita carriage and another carriage. So one thing to note is it's always good to use the bathroom in the beginning, right when it's clean, because, towards the middle of the trip, there's a lot of people that are gonna start using it. So I recommend using it right at the beginning. My experience on board was quite relaxing. There were only 8 to 9 of us on the actual carriage, despite the carriage hosting up to 20 to 30 people. So overall, it was a very quiet ride. And as for the service itself, it was pretty luxurious. It started with our drink orders, and then it went into the attendants giving us these scented, warm hand towels that smelled like orange blossom. So again, that made it very luxurious. And then 15 minutes into the ride, our food orders were taken. We had a choice between the Nordic menu as well as the Spanish menu, and I opted for the Spanish menu, which came with jamón ibérico. It also came with a tomato soup called salmorejo. There was bread, potato salad, crackers, chocolate, probably missing some other things as well, but again, the food was delicious and filling for the 2.5-hour trip. As for the train ride itself, it was a very smooth ride, and we went up to about 180 miles per hour, and we passed by the Spanish countryside, so got to see lots of green hills, farmland, small towns, and castles. And the ride itself was so smooth that I actually ended up falling asleep, and we arrived in Madrid before I knew it in this 2.5-hour trip. Overall, my experience on Iryo was amazing, especially as a newbie to European high-speed trains. And this came all the way from the booking experience I had on their website, which again is very user-friendly, all the way to their well-serviced first-class cabin. So I highly recommend Iryo if you're looking for a fast way to get from Sevilla to Madrid. If you found this video helpful, please like this video or subscribe to my channel. But I just want to thank you all so much for your time and for listening to my experience aboard Iryo, and I will catch you all later.